How's it going, everybody? Post VOD Seabass223 here. Just wanted to give a little heads up before this one starts. We ended up around an hour 20, an hour 30. Conversation took a pretty serious turn. Trigger warning for things like depression, suicidal ideation, actual stories of people committing and attempting suicide. And I want to be clear, I don't mind conversations going this way. In fact, I'm quite happy they do. That's what happens when you stream of conscious, these kinds of streams and conversations, that kind of stuff. I just felt it prudent for people who are gonna, turn this video on, put it in the background while they work, and then all of a sudden they start hearing about really heavy-handed shit. I don't want to throw people off, you know what I mean? So I want to give a proper warning ahead of time that things are going to get kind of serious towards the middle of this VOD. Just keep that in mind, and yeah, see you on the other side. Yo, Mythical Pole, you are watching a shiny hunting VOD on the Seabass channel that didn't start before clicking record. Holy fuck. Unbelievable, am I right? Also, did you notice what I did? Look at me, I'm so pretty now. Oh my god, I'm so awesome. I probably should have thought about the music, but whatever. Check it out, man. What do you think? It's awesome, isn't it? The fucking camera works. Oh, fucking incredible. So I told this story earlier in the stream, but good news, there's people in the stream right now who didn't hear that story. So... That's awesome. Oh my god. Ow. What the fuck? Oh! Great heavens. Almost went down the wrong pipe. Holy shit. I'm good. I'm good. Wow. That was interesting. But yeah. So, let me spin you a yarn. Let me tell you a tale about my current camera setup. We have to go all the way back to February 2024 when I built this computer. Funny enough, for the explicit specific reason of this series that we're sitting here and doing right now, the AZU Hunter series. My original name for the computer was the AZU Hunter. So I've had this idea in my head for at least that long, if not probably a little longer. But here we are. Anyway, so I set this computer up and I'm like, I want to be really patient and careful to make sure everything works properly before I finalize the build and all this stuff. I tested everything. I thought I tested everything, and everything seems to be in working order. Yippee! Yay! Yay! So I'm testing everything. I'm testing the power bank. Look at Turtwig! Look at this motherfucker in his prime, in his peak form, his most powerful stance. Anyway, so I did all the junk, tested all the things. Turns out the one thing that didn't work was the only USB-C port in the entire thing. So, like for example, the port you get on your phone, this one specifically, that one was the only thing on the whole computer that wasn't working. And you know what I thought? Fine. I hope you don't get a shiny. Whoa, I hope you fall. I hope you trip and fall and look silly in front of your peers. Anyway, that's fucked up. I'm sorry. Anyway, me too. Yeah, so true. Anyway, so I went and did all this stuff. I tested it a couple times, plugged different things into it. Nothing was working, and so I decided at some point I was like, fuck it, I don't care. I'll get it done at some point. And some point never came. Cut to me beginning streaming and slowly leveling up the setup, like the light, the other monitor, the microphone stand, the camera. I was like, okay, we're gonna get a nice 60 frame a second FPS camera. We're gonna rock that shit. We're gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Turns out it only works at 60 frames a second if you plug it into the USB-C port. You know, the one on my computer that just doesn't fucking work. I'm like, oh, I'll get it fixed at some point. And just to make sure I'm not crazy, anytime I'm thinking about it, I just like plug something in to test it, and it just never works. So I'm like, okay. Even after I've upgraded the parts on my computer, even after I upgraded the power supply on my computer, all this other stuff, still just didn't work. So I just assumed, okay, fine, whatever. At some point, I'll be upset about this enough to change it, but I'm kind of fine. I never want to take my computer away from me when I want to be open to doing some kind of impromptu stream at some point. So it was always kind of like, I don't know. What if I want to stream today? Then cut to 2 days ago, where I'm told, hey, long story short, you're going to be out of town for the next 2 days. So chip chop. I was like, okay, perfect. Before I leave town, let me get someone to finally look at that USB port. Just like, my brain does this thing where like, I will think of things to do at inconvenient times to do them. And then I will later think of things where I'm like, oh fuck, I should have done this then. But that was like a week ago, whatever, can't do anything about it now. But this one, the stars aligned where I'm like, yes, I'm thinking about fixing something on my computer before I go out of town. Brilliant. Awesome. So what I do is I take it to Micro Center, and they're like, I tell them that the only thing not working on this computer is the USB-C port at the top, and they went $50. They said they were going to do a whole round of tests on the other components as well, just make sure everything's in working order, and I went, oh, fine, do it, whatever. I technically work for my dad, so I'm a little cash positive, more so than usual. Fine, I'll tank a $50 if y'all can fix this thing. So, I'm out of town. I'm planning on leaving the morning, so I'm like packing my stuff. I see an automatic text message from them that says, hey, we tested your computer and couldn't replicate the problem, so we're giving it back to you. In English, they said, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. You're insane. And I went, I think you're full of shit. Let me take a look. So I go over there, I get my computer, and before I leave, I'm like, hey, so did y'all maybe have a bit more of a detailed log on what you did to my computer? And they went, yeah, sure. We just looked at all your components, make sure everything was powering on properly, and then we had we have a device that we plug into the computer that tests how much voltage is coming out of it, and the voltage coming out of your USB-C port is within range, so it seems operable to us. So here you go. And I went, really fucking worried I'm about to just throw away $50 for nothing. But okay, took that shit home. In my head, I was already planning on writing a count your fucking days Micro Center customer support. This shit sucks. I took your computer in to fix it. Y'all said there's no problems with it. I come home, there's problems with it. What the fuck is going on? If I bring this computer back and you make me have to pay $50 again, I'm gonna lose my shit. I had all this whole fucking twit-longer monologue, angsty fucking bullshit ready to go. Plug my computer in at home, plug everything in, plug the camera into the USB-C port, and it just fucking works. You know, man, what the fuck am I supposed to say? It just works. It just works. What the fuck am I supposed to say, man? Like, am I retarded? Is it my fault? Pretty sure I tested this thing like 2 months before I did this. Oh my god, I swear, I'm just so, I'm fed up. But you know what? Whatever. What's done is done. We're past it. We're over it. And if you really want to think about it, here's the myth I'm going to tell myself on this one. They did fix it. Before I took it to Micro Center, my USB-C port didn't work. I brought it to Micro Center. It works now. So you know what? $50 well spent, I guess. But it's that thing of like, there's two different versions of it. There's the one where like you're looking for something and you can't find it, and the moment you ask your mom for help, she finds it in the most fucking obvious place of all time. But there's also the actual tech version of it, which is the problem only exists until you show somebody smart the problem, and then the problem just fixes itself. And it's not just someone smarter in tech. It has to specifically be someone who knows more about tech than you. Like, for me, I would have to give it to, like, our friend of the stream, MK. Like, if he didn't look at it and touch it and poke it, or even just, like, observe that I was having a problem, it wouldn't fix. It happened a lot at work, where I would have the IT guys come look at the problem I was having, and then I would show them, and then there was no fucking problem, and I was like, I swear, it wasn't working like this before you looked at it, man. I swear to God. But you know what? Again, it's fixed. It works. We're filming at 60 frames a second. So you know what? What the fuck ever, man. Whatever. Seabass is in all of his crisp, beautiful glory. God, that fucking brick of a book has me tweaking, twin. How soon do you have to read it all? Based on you weren't even DMing about it, you were in our Discord talking about it. Based on your conversations in Discord, it sounds like you're reading it really fast. Do you really have to crush that shit in like a week? Like, you can just like chill a little bit. Like, I get you're like excited, but like, don't burn yourself out. As someone, as a fellow neurodivergent, I can tell you, you don't want to you want to be careful about burning yourself out, man. You want to be that video I posted from the gaming doctor, or Dr. K, Healthy Gamer. What's he called? What's his channel called? Fuck, now I'm upset. Not upset. Now yeah, Healthy Gamer GG talks about neurodivergent burnout and like how it relates to tying the thing that you're doing to your identity, and how that can lead to you like driving yourself crazy. So be careful with that kind of stuff, man. They give you a month, but I just want to move on. Oh, is it one of those things that you can go to the next thing as soon as you finish it? Interesting. Like I said, don't burn yourself out though, because when you move on, it's got to be the same shit, just a new book. You know what I mean? So take this shit slow, enjoy what you're doing, and find time to satisfy yourself. No Diddy. Find times to appreciate yourself. You know what I mean. I'm not gonna talk anymore. You know what I mean. God damn it. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh fuck. Shut up. Oh man. Oh, I knew it. As soon as the words were fumbling out of my mouth, I was like, oh no, steer. I always think about airplanes when you're trying to land them. There's like a warning system that tells you how close to the ground you are, and then it will tell you to like pull back and lift the plane up and keep it from, hitting the ground at too sharp of an angle. And I've described it in that way because it's funny to hear 600, 550, 500, 450, 400, retard. Whenever I start misspeaking, that sound clip goes off in my head. You need to find a way to play copyrighted music on Twitch already? Man, I kind of like the music I listen to, though. Like, I get it. You want me to be the little monkey to react to the music you want me to listen to, and I actually say that, but that there's music that people are telling me to react to, and I am not doing it, and that is bad of me. But like, I kind of like the music I play on these streams. I'm kind of cool with it. If y'all don't like it, y'all can let me know. I can maybe shift it up a little bit. I don't know. What are we feeling? We feeling like changing the playlists around a little bit? I try to keep adding to them so they don't get stale, but like that might be a little unavoidable of a problem, huh? I don't mean constantly, but maybe here and there have people give recommendations. At some point, I was thinking of like having a segment of a stream where I listen to people's music. But like, for example, the AZU Hunter series, where I want people to like, you know, I want this to be on the VOD channel. Also, my shit got shifted over. Oh Lord, oh no, I'm gonna fucking die. It was misaligned for like 15 minutes, and who knows from what other streams. Oh no. My heart's gonna stop. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing doing a YouTube stream and then a Twitch stream at the same time, and then ending the YouTube one early, and then just listening to certain music on stream. Still remembering the time that I absolutely clocked you on the kind of music that you like to listen to. It's weird because the AZU Hunter is kind of the best place for it because your brain isn't nearly as overwhelmed. Yeah, we might find some other... See, here's what I'm thinking. Oh, you know what? Oh, shit. You're so fucking right. I have been playing around with the idea in my head for a while. I think I've brought it up on stream a couple times. It's a channel on YouTube that I fall asleep to a lot called Dangerously Funny. And he plays sort of like, pretty much like, to call them cookie clicker games isn't entirely correct, but it's that vein of like, set up things to automatically build up your ability to make money, and then you increase the damage you deal, you increase your defense, you increase your like attack speed, attack strength, and then you get more upgrades in different directions, those kinds of games. I've been thinking about playing those kinds of games, and I'm a little worried about how that would come across in a space like my stream, if it is something that people would be engaged with or interested with. But honestly, if I fucking made that a space to where we're gonna like listen to people's recommended music stuff, that would be sick. Like a segment, even like, honestly, I could do a Twitch YouTube stream, but do the music part of the stream for like 2 hours and then turn the YouTube stuff on when we're done. That's not a bad idea at all. Shit, that's what I should fucking do. It lets me test both the game as well as give the people what they want, which is they want to have me listen to music that I wouldn't listen to because YouTube is, you know, they're a little bit more prissy about the music they allow on their channels. Fuck, I should really do that. That should be a stream. Fuck. I plan on streaming Friday based on what Sintel's been telling me. And Matt probably do another stream over the weekend. I probably won't do all 3 days of the weekend, but who knows? Maybe I'll have the inspiration to do so. But that actually might be an idea I do like this weekend. Next time you see me, by the way, we're talking about the Pokemon Presents. That's gonna happen on Friday morning, I believe. So yeah, hopefully I'll have things to say. Hopefully they didn't play all their fucking cards. Because ahead of time, not only did they announce the 3 new Pokemon coming to Unite, they announced the Fire Red and Leaf Green Switch ports. And these aren't leaks, these are announcements. They have on their public platform stated these things. I assume we'll hear about Gen 10. If there's no news about the next gen of Pokemon, that would be very shocking to me. But yeah, you will be hearing about the Pokemon Presents next time we see each other. I kind of like the chill Seabass parts, because I feel like I can just talk about whatever if you're playing Overwatch. Obviously, it's a lot harder. That's kind of why I like the fact that I do a lot of everything. Like, you know, I I plan on playing Overwatch a lot less, not just on stream, just in general. it's making me an unhappy person, even outside the context of playing, the confines of playing the game. So outside of maybe trying to fill an hour or two to do something on stream, you will not be seeing me play that game. Bring out your toxicity, dude. It's not fun when I do it anymore. It's not fun. Give me a second here, folks. I'm gonna do something to this setup I should have done a long... Whoa. Okay. Wait. There we go. So now the top of the tab. It's still cut off a little bit. Oh well. Okay. Oh, but Unite is perfectly fine. Honestly, yes. Kind of. I get mad at Unite. I get way more fucking mad at goddamn Overwatch. Holy shit, I get mad at Overwatch. Dear God. Honestly, I don't even mind forcing the letters to get cut off a little bit more off the top. That's probably fine. Yeah, holy shit, I get mad at Overwatch. Are you kidding me? It's way worse. I don't know like how it comes across when I do it on streams, but like my Overwatch anger is way worse. It's bad. It's very bad. I don't like doing it. But usually, like with Unite, here's the difference. Unite anger is very sharp, right? It's something I'm mad about for a very brief moment. Like, I get mad at teammates, but then I'm done. I move on afterwards. When I get mad at Overwatch, it lingers. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna let it linger. When I'm mad at Overwatch, it lingers. It sticks around, and it seeps in. The anger of the previous game seeps into the next game. And Unite does that a little bit, but it's not quite as bad. But Overwatch, I definitely get tilted very quickly on Overwatch. So I'm probably... And hell, you haven't even seen that much Unite on this channel either. I'm not saying Unite is like, oh, I'm awesome when I play Unite. I'm in a great mood. I'm just saying I'm worse when I'm playing Overwatch. So I'm probably not going to do too much of that moving forward on the channel. You know, again, there might be, like, when the new characters come out, for example, I'll play a little bit of Overwatch, and then you'll see me get angry little bitch boy energy. But other than that, not really. Oh, hey, it's the song we introed with today. That's interesting. But yeah, like, I definitely need to... I need to get out of my Overwatch phase. I need to start loving myself more than that. Oh, that's for damn sure. Also, by the way, this song is fucking incredible. I'm absurdly happy it's on Spotify. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I love this song. So I want you to give me 5 anime recommendations. Oh, you started watching OG FMA. Okay. I didn't know that. Eventually Soul Eater, but I want to watch more. If I'm gonna be here at this damn hellhole, I need stuff to watch. So there's 2 answers I can give you. One, I can say One Piece. If you're asking for 5 anime recommendations, why don't I just give you 1 anime recommendation that's gonna feel like 5? There's one angle. Now, if you're very adamantly opposed to that, we can answer your question the way you've asked it, but that would be my answer. 5 anime recommendations. OG FMA and Soul Eater. You ever seen Death Note? I'm gonna crash out if you say One Piece again. Akudemo yume wo tokiyatsume. Come on, man. This shit's incredible. It really is good. Like, it really is good. And I'm saying, like, if you want a lot of anime to watch, that's a lot of anime. But yeah, there's like Death Note, Dr. Stone, Attack on Titan. Bud probably has seen Death Note. I'm trying to remember. I don't think he has. I don't think he's seen it. If I recall correctly, I don't think you've seen Death Note. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Attack on Titan, Dr. Stone. Ever seen the live-action Japanese Death Note? I have not, but I have seen the clips of Willem Dafoe as Ryuk, and I think that's incredible. I've mentioned that I wanted to watch it. Yeah, it is the only anime. It's among 2 anime that I have rewatched like more than once. The American version, I don't care, dude. That's so fucking raw. Willem Dafoe as Ryuk is so raw. It's so good. But yes, the other show I've rewatched is called Ranking of Kings. Holy shit, Ranking of Kings is a fucking banger. Look, regardless, it's live action anime stuff from the mid to late 2000s / early 2010s. It's gonna suck. And spoiler warnings, it did. But Willem Dafoe as Ryuk is fucking cool as hell. Point is, yeah, Ranking of Kings is really good. Death Note, Attack on Titan. You already mentioned Soul Eater, Kill la Kill. I love Studio Trigger shows. Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, Cyberpunk Edge Runners. All of those are fucking incredible shows. Honestly, you should watch Gurren Lagann. You should watch Gurren Lagann. See, he's already opposed to getting into the big shows like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and Bleach and Naruto and One Piece and Dragon Ball. This is stuff that he doesn't. He's put his foot down on those kinds of things. I would have said something. I would have said something. The first thing out of my mouth might have been Naruto, to be honest. That's because my brother just finished watching Shippuden. Terror in Resonance. That's one I don't know. You also mentioned that your not girlfriend mentioned the Fate series. I think Sintel will be able to point you in a good direction on that front much better than I could, because I have no experience with the series, and I'm going to wager a guess that he has more than 0 experience with that series, because I'm a fake fan and he isn't. I can tell you for sure, Fate sucks ass. It sucks. I've never watched it. I didn't know it actually sucks. No, it can't. No way. Fate Zero's the only good one. Is it just... So here's the thing, James. Is it just visual slop? Is that what it is? Is it just like... It looks really good, but doesn't have any substance? Is it one of those shows? Because you know what I feel about? You know how I feel similarly about? I think Demon Slayer is like that. And people fucking hate me for saying that. But I think it is. I think it's fucking beautiful. But it's nothing really going on. Nothing in the show resonates with me. Is that what you mean about the Fate series? Oh, hell no. It's mostly a gooning show. But I 100% agree with Demon Slayer. Okay, see, I like we're on the wavelength about that. I like that. To be clear, I think it's fine if you watch it. I think it's fine if you like it. That's a beautiful fucking show. It's pretty. It's all it is. It's like a dumb blonde girl. Yeah, she's hot, but I can't talk to her. Oh, man. Honestly, My Hero Academia isn't that bad of a show if you can A, ignore the fans, and B, tolerate the middle. I think the first couple of seasons of My Hero are really good, and I think the ending of My Hero is very good. I think the stuff in the middle is kind of a slog, but My Hero is a good one. Honestly, her watching a Gooner anime makes more sense. The reason Zero is almost is because only Arthur is gender swapped and focuses more on the main character who hates her. That's epic, man. Oh shit! I did not think I was gonna hear well-renowned anime sucks ass actually tonight. I love it. I fucking love that. Hell yes. Hell, my cheeks hurt from smiling right now, dude. That's fucking awesome. Oh, that's great stuff. Oh boy. I'm kind of, because like again, I'm just kind of mentioning stuff off the top of my head. I'm kind of running out of really awesome shows. Okay, but yeah, I would say like Death Note, Gurren Lagann, Ranking of Kings. Those would be like the big ones I'm gonna recommend to you. Those would be the big ones for me. Zero's animation is good, but it's not on the level of Demon Slayer. Damn, so it's like a slightly less pretty blonde girl who's dumb as shit. Wait, that's... Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, Dr. Stone too. Dr. Stone's a very good one. It depends, like Death Note's obviously a very dramatic, thriller, mystery, watch how smart these characters are kind of show. Watch these characters do these insane things kind of show. Ranking of Kings is like an incredibly emotionally driven, quote unquote, feel good kind of show. I think it's so, that's a, not the best way to describe it, but it's so fucking good. It really, oh man, I might get a little choked up just thinking about that show. Holy shit. Dr. Stone is kind of like Death Note, where it's awesome to see the really smart guy do the really smart things. So there's that for you as well. And Attack on Titan, I mean, what you probably already know why Attack on Titan is a show worth watching. And then finally, Gurren Lagann is, there's nothing else to say. It's peak, it's peak masculinity, it's peak animation, it's peak storytelling, it's peak across the fucking board. It is peak. I think that's the show I would put at the top of my list, is Gurren Lagann or Death Note. For sure. I think I'm starting to have a preference on anime. For me, it has to be relatively fast-paced like Brotherhood, has to be more story-focused and not much filler episodes. Gurren Lagann and Death Note, but Gurren Lagann specifically. You will like Gurren Lagann. You will. Anything by Studio Trigger, to be honest, I would recommend Gurren Lagann and Edge Runners as the two best things that personal opinion, the two best shows they've made. But yeah, Gurren Lagann. Oh man, you got me thinking. Row, fight the power, dude. Oh shit, dude. We're gonna do this shit right now. I'm gonna look up fucking. We're gonna look up shit. I've never really done this before. I need to find a version of this fucking song that I can listen to on stream. So I need like a good remix of this song. Is this the original? Okay, well, it's kind of a shitty beat behind it. That's a little vocal heavy. Oh, well, you know what? We'll find this shit later, man. I don't want to do this on stream, especially if I'm going to be listening to a bunch of vocals. But, ooh, row, fight the power! Steins Gate. That is a show that's on my list. I have heard a lot of good things about Steins Gate. My understanding is it kind of fits that bill as well. Fast-paced, fantasy, no bullshit kind of show. Also very, like, characters doing intellectually impressive things. That's my outsider read on what I've seen from people talking about Steins Gate. Feel free to tell me how wrong I am. But that's my read of it from the outside. I immediately saw a robot. Gurren Lagann's a mecha anime. Gurren Lagann's a mecha anime. Dude, it's so funny. Because, like, Sintel, you'll get this joke more than he does. But, like, the Virgin Evangelion pilots versus the Chad Gurren Lagann pilots. Like, dude, those Eva pilots are fucking pussies compared to the Gurren Lagann people. Holy shit. You're crying about your little fucking feelings, bitch. Fuck you. My drill is the drill that will pierce the heavens. Oh, it's such a different tone to Evangelion. Evangelion is very psychological, very intense, very dark, macabre, emotion-driven. Gurren Lagann is the exact fucking opposite. Gurren Lagann is a celebration of humanity, motherfucker. This shit is so fucking good. Oh, man. Oh, man. Even joking, saying it's an Evangelion ripoff, like, hurts my soul. Because I remember having to make those arguments when I was younger. Like, dude, I had to grit my teeth and say it's better than Evangelion. Which might not be entirely true, but like, damn, it feels so fucking better. I love the emotional storylines. Oh, there's emotion. No, there's don't worry. This show is not just some happy hee hee ha ha show. Don't fucking worry. But like, Evangelion is so dripping in that shit at every corner. Whereas Gurren Lagann knows how to use its sadness as an occasional tool to contextualize the rest of, you know, whatever. I'm over explaining it. Point is, Gurren Lagann has its heavy moments, but overall it's just so much more fun. Evangelion is very good. I wouldn't really call it fun. Gurren Lagann is very fun. Yeah, watch your mouth. I know. But I mean it, man. Is it more fighting scenes? Like Eva had very, very little fighting because it's more psychology. There's more fighting scenes, yeah. I think you get one an episode. Yeah. But I'm telling you, you just gotta watch it. I'm telling you. Before next stream on Friday, give it an episode or two. And you'll be like, I know what you meant. I see what you're saying. It's hard to get what I'm saying when I'm just saying it. Also, I took that top shirt off and never put it back on. We're gonna give the chair a shiny encounter. I'm gonna go ahead and put that back on. I looked way better in it. How long is it you know from the top of your head? Like 20, 30 episodes? Not super long. I'd say like, I think it's like 30 or 40. I can look it up. That's a very easy thing to look up. Oh. 27. I think that's actually the exact same number as Evangelion, right? 27? Yeah, dude, shit's peak. Shit's actually fucking peak. Yeah. I'll make a list. I remember a while ago I was trying to, I had a wrong idea for a channel in our Discord where I wanted a place where people would like post an anime and then people who knew would rank it on a scale of 1 to 10 based on like reactions. I might just need to say have an anime recommendations server or channel. Just one where it's like, hey, I watched this show. Give a 1 to 3 sentence overview. Like, oh, it's fucking scary. It's cool. It's psychological or whatever. But I think we should just have a channel for that. I'm sure if they also went through some budget shit where they had to make a movie. No. It ends. Don't worry. It ends. It ends. You don't have to worry about that, thank goodness. Now, Studio Trigger, they had money. They had money. And when you see the way this show is animated, I just want you to remember this show was animated. What year were you born? No, probably not before you were born. You mentioned being born around the time Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out. This show came out in 2007. This show came out before you were 5 years. You were born in 2007? What day? What day? Anyway, regardless, this show came out before you were 1 year old. So just keep that in mind. And I'm not saying that as like a take it with a grain of salt. Yo, this show came out before you were born. Okay. And I'm not saying that like, oh, the show's animation is rough, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, you'll be stunned how good the show looks. Holy fuck. They did this shit back in... Oh my god. Oh, it's peak. Oh, it's so fucking peak. Oh shit. Oh, I'm so old. Yeah, this show came out like in April of 2007. I already have to go through it again with OG Full Metal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a cut above OG Full Metal. We'll put it that way. Isn't there 2 movies I have to watch through for that? I think it's just 1. Is it 2? I thought it was just 1. I don't remember, man. If it's 2, I really don't remember if I saw the other one. Maybe I'm blending the 2 together. I don't know. But there's definitely a movie to watch for OG Full Metal. Are you at the point in OG Full Metal where like the stories are different? Where the lore of the characters are different and all that kind of stuff? Because fun fact, the author of those stories was like, I'm not finished writing this yet, so you're gonna have to go. Oh, you're at episode 11? Oh, never mind. But anyway, spoiler-free explanation. The author was like, yeah, I haven't written any of that stuff yet, but I have it in my head. So you guys are gonna have to do something very different early on so that it doesn't conflict with the lore that you guys are gonna have to come up with for these characters. Because I don't want to tell you what my lore for these characters is, and then you spoil it for everyone else. So they had to come up with their own shit. And yeah, it's fine. It's just not the author's, it's not the same. You'll get it. Someone says it starts changing during when greed becomes a thing. Yes, it changes. I think around the mid-20s. In terms of episode count, I think it's around the mid-20s where the paths are going to diverge. And in terms of where they were in Brotherhood when that happens, in Brotherhood it's around like episode 12. Because Brotherhood does in 12 episodes what it takes the OG series to do in 25. So when the stories diverge in the OG series, it's after they go into that building... The one where Al fights the other suit of armor guy, that's where the stories diverge, is after that. Oh, don't worry, it was already spoiled. Oh, man, that's rough. I'm trying to dance around it. But yeah, the story split around that section, right after that section. Top button for a second. Wardrobe malfunction. Tee-hee. Now we're pretty good. Getting a little in the sweltery spirit of things. Only one part. Yeah, if you're comfortable with me saying it, I'll say it. Oh, that show came out in 2004. Rip it. Go for it. I hope it's not like, I'm not gonna say anything, but there's things in that story that I hope are not spoiled for you. So we'll see which one of those things it ends up being. Ed and Al has another sibling. Sort of. We'll leave it at that, sort of. You're not fully spoiled. Okay. So on my list of things that it could have been, it was like none of them. Or on my list of things that I was worried it was none of them. Okay. Yeah, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. You're big chillin'. I think the thing you're referencing to is like right around when the stories diverge. So it's almost, in a sense, like spoiling episode 1 of a TV show. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're chill. You're chill. You're big chillin'. I mean, obviously it is a little bit, but like in terms of what it could have been, you're big chillin'. Heaven forbid it could have been the beep. Damn, I'm really losing my stamina for shiny hunting, dude. There's gotta be one of these things when I really just hunker down and do a long ass shiny hunt. I need to do it again. I keep mentioning I need to do it, but I really do. And it can't quite be tonight because it's already almost 9 o'clock. So I can't really say I'm gonna stream for the next 4 hours or something. But I can go some pretty hefty distance. I can go until about 11, so that's another 2 hours, and I've already been about 45 minutes, so it'll be right in line with some of the other shiny hunts I've been doing lately. Oh well. Even Sauce McGavin is streaming less hours, so that's, you know what, all's good. I need to stop beating myself up for it. It is Unk age, but still I like have my own experience with stuff. I hate being spoiled on stuff. Oh, I do hate being spoiled on stuff. I remember I was watching a meme. Oh, this is such a good story. This one fucking punched me in my stomach. In hindsight, it's just a good one, but fuck them for doing it. There was this meme of it was just this like anime clip, and it's like about 10 seconds of these anime girls just talking some slice of life bullshit, where the text at the bottom is, where the dialogue would usually be, the text at the bottom was like cut off. And then after 10 seconds of just this slice of life, nothing BS happening, in bold black text it says, Han Solo dies. Motherfucker! What the fuck? What do you mean? So, for reference, it was like a day after episode 7 came out of Star Wars. I was like, God, what the fuck? What the hell, man? Oh, come on. There's a funny thing about spoilers where like there's like a bell curve, or like an inverse bell curve, right? Where like as soon as something happens, it's like, don't fucking spoil it. This is the kind of thing that people want to watch. And then it goes down as the months and years go by, where it's like, okay, yeah, we can kind of talk about that in public spaces, you know what I mean? But once something gets old enough, that bell curve goes back up, where it's like, yeah, this show is 20 years old. This guy wants to watch it for the first time. Don't fucking spoil it for them. You know what I mean? It's rough. It's kind of hard, my hyperfixation is I look up and watch videos about Brotherhood, then the other series starts getting shown to me on my recommendations. Yeah, it can be rough. I believe that. I could definitely believe that. I wouldn't call it fun. But like I said, there's like this inverse bell curve of like, you don't want to, like, can you fucking imagine getting Evangelion spoiled for you? The end of Evangelion gets spoiled? Dude, I'd fucking be so mad. I'd be so mad. And that show's like 30 years old. I'd be pissed. It's like, when can we start talking about spoilers? It's in the bell curve. It's like for example, talking about Star Wars Episode 7. That's like right in the middle of the bell curve right now. Of like, that is almost 10 years old in a franchise that no one's really gonna like wander back to anytime soon. But like, in 15 years from now, when someone wants to watch all of Star Wars for the first time, maybe don't tell them that kind of stuff. Maybe don't tell them about Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker. Maybe don't do it. The way I see it is, even if it's old for you, it's not old for the person currently watching it. Exactly, yes. But you run this risk of like for example, I think people my age who haven't seen Star Wars Episode 7, they're not gonna fucking see it. Maybe not for another 5 or 10 years or so. Like, if you're spoiling stuff like that, it's whatever. It doesn't really hit the same as it would like someone younger than you in 10 years from now, like in 15 years from now, when someone younger than you wants to watch that whole thing. You probably shouldn't be talking openly about spoilers of that kind of stuff. Just kind of interesting stuff like that, you know? It's an interesting little psychology thing where once something is at like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep rambling about it. I've made my point, but it's an interesting bit of like spoiler psychology. I think original Full Metal Alchemist is if I got spoiled on Eva, I wouldn't watch anime. That's kind of, yeah, Eva was like the first anime you watched, so I believe that could have changed the course. I would have been fucked up. Like, I wouldn't spoil shows like Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, even other types of shows. I kind of like even shows you wouldn't think to spoil, like Haruhi Suzumiya. I wouldn't spoil that shit. I might tell you to watch out for a certain string of episodes, and when you catch the hint to just, skip. But I wouldn't spoil that show. Wasn't the first time I've watched anime years before that, but the first time anime that really brought me back. Yeah, exactly. So, like, as a kid growing up, I watched a lot of Naruto on Cartoon Network with my brother. I wouldn't consider myself an anime watcher back then. Maybe I watched Naruto, maybe One Piece when it came on after school, or Bleach. But I wouldn't really say I'm like a big anime. It's so funny. I don't even remember anything that I watched of One Piece back then, but I know I did watch it back then. But that's a great little memory of mine, actually. I remember my brother was a lot more excited about it back then. I remember us running back, like we would get out of the car from being dropped off at the house and we would run inside, because the time it would take from us to get from school to home, we would almost miss the 4 o'clock airing of One Piece. And we were like, we gotta go turn the TV on before we miss too much kind of thing. It's a cute little memory. But anyway, I definitely wouldn't consider myself an anime watcher back then. But then I grew up, and then in middle school and high school, I think my show was Angel Beats. It's a 12 episode, sad show. And that and Haruhi Suzumiya, those two shows are probably what kicked me back into like, okay, let me start watching anime. And then probably watched a couple other little things, and then stumbled into Death Note and was like, the foghorns are going off, like this is it. This is it. This is the shit. Yeah. I think a lot of us went through that dip in the middle. For me, it's the middle because I'm old as fuck. But that dip where we're like, this stuff's weird. Anime, video games, wow, Minecraft. I remember I was still like a big video game player, but like I was kind of distancing myself from things like Smash Brothers and not so much Pokemon. I was still really excited about Pokemon because that was core to me, but I was moving away from like Smash Brothers and Minecraft, and kind of around, well, actually no, first it was Smash Brothers. In Smash Brothers, I discovered the competitive Melee scene in 2014. I guess I would kind of be considered a what they call a doc kid. There was a big Smash Melee documentary that came out around that time that got a lot of attention on Smash Melee. I didn't watch the documentary until years later. I got hooked because I was randomly YouTube recommended some high-level Smash Melee sets. And from there, I was fucking hooked. That shit was God's work on Earth to me. And now looking back, I'm like, damn, we played like ass 10 years ago. And then it happened with Minecraft. I didn't really get back into Minecraft until... I should reset. I didn't get back into Minecraft until probably like after the Nether update? Or maybe before the Nether update. Maybe that's when I was like, oh, wait a minute. But there had to be like a resurgence in Minecraft for a lot of people, and I was one of those people where it's like, oh yeah, shit's actually cool. Wait a minute. And now it's just, those Smash and Minecraft are things my mind kind of drifts back towards every now and then. Not in like a, oh, this shit's the best. But like, you know, every now and then I get like a month where I want to play a bunch of Minecraft, or I get a month where I'm like interested in tournaments and stuff. Evangelion is a show I'll show my children. It'll be passed down. I'll be looking back on that shit. Yeah, Eva's a... I don't know if I'd show my children. I think I would show them when they're older. I don't think I would show my 10-year-old Evangelion. I don't think I'd... Look, let me put it this way. My child is going to have to be at least 5 years older than Shinji before I show them that show. The stuff that Shinji went through is traumatizing, and I don't need my children traumatized like that. Nah, 7's prime age? Nah. Fuck that. I know you're joking, but fuck that. I ain't showing my kids goddamn Ava. Good lord. They'll probably want to watch fucking Bluey around then. Well, they would if I... Look at Turtwig! I even remember that I was going to have Turtwig show up on stream, and I still fucking forgot. Dude, Turtwig's too powerful. Turtwig's too fucking powerful, man. He's too strong. We can't handle him. But yeah, I'd probably show, like, a 7-year-old? I'd show my 7-year-old Ranking of Kings. Out of the anime that I recommended to you earlier, Ranking of Kings. That's a show I would show someone young like that, because I think they would get it. It's very, the emotional stuff is very straightforward and simple to understand, and it doesn't really tread into like dark heavy stuff. But that's a heavy show, but not dark heavy. I think it's like emotion heavy. That's that shit that'll make you cry, motherfucker. If you're not gonna get this because you didn't watch One Piece, but if you like the way that character introductions from One Piece makes you feel, they made an entire fucking show like that that's called Ranking of Kings. That's how I sell Ranking of Kings to people. What I'm saying is Eva is a show I'll be treating like my first ever anime, even if it wasn't. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Oh, absolutely. Oh, for sure. Like I said, that's kind of how I treat Angel Beats. That's the first, because it's the first time that you recognize the medium for what it is. It's not a Saturday morning cartoon. It's not Animaniacs. It's not. That's a reference even older than me. It's not Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's not the Powerpuff Girls. It's not fucking Symbiotic Titan, which that's crazy if you know what that is. It is anime. It's different. It feels different. It hits different. There's things they do with this medium that Western shows were not doing at this time. Not that they don't. I think they do a little bit more of it now, but like, I don't know. Anime's different. It is. For better or for worse. For better or worse fandoms. I mean, cartoon fandoms versus anime fandoms. It's kind of, it's a close race. But, yeah. It's different. It's different. I have head count. I'll be back. Okay. I assume that means they're making sure you didn't run away. All right. See you in a bit. Yeah, man. Ooh, Angel Beats. Oh my goodness gracious. Ain't that a bitch of a show? Yeah. That is, what's the other show that everyone talks about is really fucking sad? I'm gonna look it up. Classic sad anime. I'll know at the moment I fucking see it. Yeah, not Grave of the Firefly. It's not that fucking sad. No, what? The Plague Dogs? What do you mean the Plague Dog? Clannad. That's the show I'm thinking of. Literally, sad anime on IMDb. First one that comes up, Clannad. Yup. Anyway, yeah, those are in a similar box. Well, Clannad's a little more grounded in reality, but Angel Beats for me hit with the same potency that Clannad does. So there's you know, probably if I go back and watch it, I'm probably not gonna have the same reaction. But when I was like 13, I was like, oh shit. It's also, holy fuck, I just thought about it. That is a fucking incredible anime opening. If y'all would permit me a moment to make sure I can add this shit to my YouTube or to my oh fuck, oh god, yeah, I need to put give me a second. No, I don't need to make a new no I don't need to make a new playlist just for this. Hang on. Yeah, no, I don't delete there. Yeah, I don't need a whole playlist for this song. I have a what I call my East Asian playlist, which is mostly Japanese, a little bit of Korean, a little bit of Chinese songs, but oh my god. Yeah, that song needs to be in my playlists, and I need to find that later and add it to a bunch of other stuff. That needs to be in like that is music. Oh boy. Holy shit, that song will make me sad. All right, that is we can put it in orchestral. Nah, I'm not gonna put it in orchestral. We'll put it in sad. Having a Japanese song in my playlist meant for like singing is probably not the best idea. I wish I had a playlist that was just piano. Whatever. Good enough. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, that is music. That's music right there. Oh man. Speaking of music, we got fucking Turbo. Hell yeah. We love Turbo in this bitch. I didn't even really think about it when I introed the new camera. I didn't really think about the fact that I would have to tell people they have to watch at higher frame rates, because at 30 frames a second, I assume it's not going to look that much different. They're going to have to crank their shit. Crank their 90s. I'm back. Welcome back. I had an emotional moment about the Angel Beats anime opening. That's all you missed. Also, I was like, oh, people are going to have to crank their video up to like 1080p or 60 FPS if they want to see the new camera changes. That's actually all you missed. We did nothing. You are now up to speed. We're almost halfway to odds, folks. We are almost halfway to odds. Imagine I just stopped at half odds. It's like, yeah, I'm never going to shiny hunt again, actually. We're done. This is how often you're supposed to get it in future games, man. What the fuck? How did counting heads go? Did they assault anybody? I hope they didn't. Nobody can check in, which means you don't have to go to head count, but we can't because people are stupid and entitled to be loud at night. Oh. So usually you don't have to do these head count kind of things, but because people are delinquents, you have to now. Is that the vibe? Am I reading that right? They'd fucking hate me. I'm loud on accident. I don't even be trying to do this shit. I'd be pissing people off. Who says I already don't? Yeah, has anyone been noticing it? I've noticed it a couple times. My camera is like randomly flashing. I don't know what it is. Maybe my USB-C port is still fucked. Wouldn't that be shit? Yeah, L. Like from Death Note! Oh, so you are gonna watch that. Cool. Oy, man. If I'm gonna do one of these longer shiny hunting streams, it's gonna have to be not after streaming for 2 hours prior. It's gonna have to be the thing I start the stream doing, and if I don't end the stream doing it, I would move on to something very easy afterwards. As it is. This is the thing that I remember about shiny hunting by myself, is that it takes some time to get into the swing of things. Also, 4K? We're officially in 4K. Turn up the resolution of your video. It won't fucking matter, because I'm only recording at fucking 1440, I think. I think I'm recording at 1080, actually. I don't even think I'm at 1440. Which we're playing Pokemon, it doesn't matter right now, but I should check that and see. I think I stream at 1080p and then record at 1440. Something like that. I don't know. I'll have to check and see. Holy shit, a whole repel without an encounter? Is it going to happen? Yep, a whole repel without an encounter. Son of a bitch. That's another good show to watch, is JoJo's. Especially with Steel Ball Run coming out soon. Well, if you started watching JoJo's, you probably wouldn't be able to get caught up in time. But I think you can watch Steel Ball Run without any JoJo's context. You probably wouldn't. Stuff probably wouldn't have the same impact, but I think you could. Wish Sintel were here to tell me why I'm wrong about that. Another show with very good music, like across the fucking board, by the way. JoJo's has a lot of good music in it. From openings to music used in the show. It's good. Still can't believe I went to that ramen place before stream. That's a fucking hell yeah. I knew I would probably need something either before, like during stream or before stream. And I was like, fuck, I'm right next to my favorite ramen place. I'm fucking going. Being on time be damned. I'm having this more than streaming on time. What the fuck? Fuck that. And now I'm thinking about it. I only got a half bowl, so I could eat it faster. Now I'm a little peckish. I could go for a little more food. Probably something light. I think I have some crackers in the house. That'd be good. Thank God they let me be on my phone at bedtime. honest to God, I think I would die. Nah, it's, it's not as much of an exaggeration as it should be, but like that would be, yeah. I assume it's quote unquote. No, you said 10. Well, you're in a different time zone, aren't you? I assume it's quote unquote bedtime for you now, huh? Fair enough. Well, we appreciate you sticking up and sticking out, because I got another. You're not gonna. Yeah, I hope you're not gonna be around for it, but I got another 2 hours in me. That also depends. I don't know what time zone you're in. But if it's like you're trying to get to sleep, don't stick around. But I got fuel in the tank. I'm staying Goomba. He's going Goomba mode. Uh-oh. That means he's serious. That's how you know he's a real one. Did Sindel say he was gonna come back? I don't know why, but I like saying Goomba. Goomba, fuck you. It's a good Vanos bit. Goomba, fuck you. We're getting into it now. We're approaching it. You notice that I'm kind of not talking at a million miles an hour like I usually do, and you're like, oh no, he's going down. Quite the opposite, man. When this bump goes down and then we swing back up, you better be fucking ready for it, because that's me in the fucking slot. That's me in my that's me ramping up my filibuster energy, where I'm ready to just yap. You should watch those old fucking Crystal streams. I win 12 fucking hours, man. I just be in the fucking slot. Feels a little bit more normal now, because like back then I wasn't used to getting into that mode. Now it feels a little bit more normal. I think I can do that kind of energy even when I'm not like fully locked in for it. But I'm getting there, man. I find myself not even looking at my camera or chat. I'm just staring at the game screen. It's gonna take me forever at this point to finish an anime because free time isn't as free. Welcome to adulthood. It fucking sucks. Nah, it's not that bad. But I did see this really funny post. I don't remember if you were here in chat when I talked about it, but it's a picture of a really old man. And it says, I'm 71 years old. This shit does not get better. I still think about that girl from 8th grade. It's like, oh, fuck. It really don't get better than that? Oh, man. And then somebody posted the funniest comment on all time to that and said, don't worry, man, there's plenty of other 8th graders. Oh, God. I know, maturity is rough, man. Fuck it. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. I don't want responsibility. I want to fucking goo goo gaga. Oh, man. I'm only half joking, man. I don't want this shit. You know, look, it's probably for the best I'm not fucking using marijuana on a daily basis, but like, you know, fucking bad. I want to just do it once. Just like once or twice a week. I'd even take once a month. Man. Oh, man. I just want to watch anime and goon. It's so true. I don't know. I actually don't like anime that is meant to, like... The point of the show is the sex appeal. Even sometimes where it's like, one of the many things you can enjoy about this show is the sex appeal. I'm just like, Usually the characters are underage, so I'm like, But yeah, separately, that would be that's the dream, ain't it? Unfortunately, we can't all be unemployed dependents. 'Tis a damn shame. Speaking of, I wonder what my dad's gonna want me to do tomorrow. Sometimes it's funny if they do it for jokes and it's not a 60. Man, I'm so fucking glad anime's having this revolution with using of-age characters so that when they do disgusting, horrible, pervy stuff with them, I don't have to feel like a fucking felon. Like, thank God. Thank God. Jesus. And Evangelion's not off the fucking hook. That bitch was kissing a minor. I don't care. Misato's not off the fucking hook with me. I'm talking about adults with adults. And that's the context of these horny Japanese men making these characters do unmentionable. Not even unmentionable, it's just like Marilyn Monroe type shit. Point is, I'm so happy we're in this place where we fucking... Underage, even for Japan. Yeah, that's the sticking point, huh? How many disgusting people in Japan? Oh, yeah, hey James, welcome back. We're talking about the age of consent in Japan. Perfect timing. What a great, yeah. What did I miss? Oh man. Oh man. Steins Gate's good. Steins Gate is a good show. I wouldn't know, but I've heard good things about it. So you're probably right. Have y'all heard Erased? Dude, no, you're totally right. Parasite is fucking goated too. Oh man, I haven't heard of Erased, but us talking about anime that Sintel knows about reminds me of Parasite. You're the person who told me to watch that shit. I haven't heard of Erased. What is that? Oh, my Spotify support is open. Erased is a Japanese manga series by some guy about a man with the ability to travel back in time to prevent tragedies, a power he calls revival. After his mother is murdered, he is sent back 18 years to his childhood to solve a series of kidnappings that led to the tragedy, including the murder of his classmate. Okay, how about that? Gonna go back in time, I'm gonna go back in time. Yeah. Sorry about the musical accompaniment, I'm autistic. I will not change, but I will feel bad if you don't like it. I will not be changing. I will be doing it again in the near future. Don't worry. Still can't believe both my emerald hunts were fucking under odds. That shit is based. Looking at golden at 8116, right on the as close to the fucking line as you could get. It's funny, I think I stopped that hunt at 8008. Came back on like 6 months later, did 108 encounters, shiny. What a fucking moment. You're getting tested in April because people are saying I'm autistic as fuck. Look, I'm glad. Hey, I hope that shit is revealing. Regardless of the result, I hope that is revealing and I hope that is helpful to you to learn. Because honestly, it has been a tool I keep in my back pocket. Not as like a, oops, I'm autistic. But like as a way for me to help explain stuff about myself behind the scenes. Like I don't need to go around telling each and every person like, ooh, I'm autistic, that explains XYZ, but like it helps me realize, oh yeah, it kind of explains that why I do that thing or why that problem crops up for me more so than others kind of thing. So I hope it's an enlightening experience because it was, you know, my journey with it was very beneficial to me. So I hope that shit works out. Yeah, I hope you pass. You better study. Oh, man. Want me to give you some required reading? If you can't diagnose me and you don't know me IRL, but from our interactions, am I autistic? That is you've nailed it on the head. That's a really hard thing to assess. From our interactions online, I would definitely say neurodivergent, but I'm not smart enough to hone in on anything. Like you've mentioned, you have ADHD. That, as far as I know, could explain what we're seeing. But I also don't know shit. So don't look to that as the be-all, end-all answer. I hate to give such a political middle ground answer like that, but it really is the best I got. You know, I'll be blunt. There's a good chance. Again, not in a bad way. But like, you know, it's you know. I wouldn't be surprised either way. But I'd lean a little towards it. But again, that's also just neurodivergency, and it could be other things. I don't expect anything. I was just wondering from one from one such as he. My journey was a lot more again, it's not something I kind of reference it every now and then. I kind of bring it up in casual conversation, but I never really talk about it. My journey was really interesting. It's something that I brushed up against in high school and ended up not following through with. And then as a 20-year-old adult, had another brush up with it and took it a lot more seriously. Ended up getting a full psych evaluation for it. And it came back that, kinda, not really. It's also kind of hard to tell in adults, but kinda, not really. Nah, it's probably just a better explanation would probably be like severe ADHD symptoms kind of thing. And then I read this a psychiatrist recommended this really good book called Unmasking Autism by Dr. Devin. I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit because the tone of this conversation is a bit, hell, I'm even, you know what, we're gonna full pivot. I want to turn on the lo-fi music while I talk about this shit. Make sure the music isn't too disgustingly low. I want the people to still hear it, some of it, right? Oh yeah, that's way too loud. There we go. Yeah, I read a really, really fascinating book called Unmasking Autism by Dr. Devin Price. It's quite a short read. But within the first chapter, it was abundantly clear to me that I resonated with so much of that shit. It focuses a lot on like when those kinds of things go undiagnosed. It covers ADHD too, but it was from the perspective of somebody who is specifically wrestling with the autistic parts of it. When you go your whole life not knowing these things and just thinking they're problems with yourself that you need to fix, you learn coping mechanisms and habits and things that you do in social situations that hide those things. It's called masking. It's what you do to blend in and be normal like everybody else. And I wish I could do the justice I'm trying to remember the gender identity they presented in the book. I wish I could do them the justice that they did in the words that they used, because they were profoundly moving for me. I remember I'm not much of, like, sometimes when I react to excitement, and I'm sorry for ignoring your comment for this long, but I'm on a roll here. I have reacted. I've never really like broken down crying on stream. I've always been like, oh, I'm reacting a lot, there's tears in my eyes kind of thing. I've never really been like, oh my god, I'm like bawling kind of thing. And I don't normally ever do that. This book, I swear, the first 3 chapters I must have broken down like 6 times. It was a very, very moving experience for me, because it really did, like, I feel so seen and all this other stuff. But really, it was like, oh my god, this is fucking it. All of this shit that I've been like, I'm weird, I'm broken, I'm not right, I'm wrong, I'm different, I need to fix these things about me, are not because I'm weird or anything. My fucking brain is so different than neurotypical people. And it resonated very deeply with me. And when I was reading that, I knew, like, I don't need to do another psychological evaluation for this shit. I don't need this. This resonates deeply and profoundly enough with me that I'm just going to claim it as part of my identity. It's a terminology people refer to as subclinical, which means a doctor didn't sit me down and go, yeah, you're autistic as shit, which is funny because a doctor did. When I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with PDD-NOS, which is essentially an antiquated term for when a doctor says, yeah, he's autistic, but we really can't put him in like an Asperger's category. We can't categorize him, so he's just on the team. We don't have a jersey made for him, but he's on the team. And I'm not going to get into trauma, but my parents never told me until I was 21 years old. And so now, flash forward to when I'm like 25, 26, reading this book, I'm like, fuck that. Fuck everything else. I don't need more tests. I don't need more doctors. I don't need any more of this shit. Maybe it's not even necessarily autism, but whatever this fucking book is cooking, that's the shit I'm on. That's the way, that's me. That's me in this book. So I really do kind of, that's where I'm at. It's called subclinical it's called subclinical autism, just because a doctor hasn't told me straight up in my 20s, yeah, you have adult autism. I don't need to hear it. I got enough. I got enough validation from my own self, and it has been very freeing to think about myself in that light. The first hurdle I get over is like, you have to get past, like, there was a mental block that I had for a little bit where it was like, I'm autistic and that's a bad thing, and I have to do things to mitigate those. And you kind of do, but and that's bad, so I have to mitigate them. It's more like, not everybody needs all of me all the time. That's the way I think about it, is that I don't need to be on full autistic display 24/7. So I can, it's like not cursing in front of your grandmother. I'm someone who doesn't use pretty language all the time, but when I'm around my grandmother, I'm not going to be dropping shit, fuck, goddamn, stupid, I'm not going to say those fucking words around my grandmother, right? It's kind of the same thing. I'm not going to sit there and ramble to you about Pokemon for 2.5 hours, unless you ask. It's like, I'm not gonna go full power. It's there's a streamer who talks about it. His name is, it's something completely different when he talks about it, but it's useful in this context. It's called hiding your power level. He uses it in reference of like, not everybody in your life needs to know how much you like video games. Not everybody in your life wants to hear you sit down and talk about Smash Brothers frame data for the next 30 minutes. So hide your power level. Like, you want to tiptoe into conversations like that with people around you. And I think that outside of that context and into how I present, for example, I've been going around with my dad a lot lately, talking to 50-year-old businessmen in the roofing industry. It's not the time for me to be me. That sounds disparaging. It's not the time for me to be at full power. That's how I say it. And then that's why I come to stream, and it's like, get it out of me. Get this shit out of me. I'm fucking done. Take this fucking mask off my face. I'm ready to... That's why I fucking love doing this streaming shit, man. I'm gonna... the fucking picture of the wolf where he's like, ah! That's me when I go live. Fucking hell. Oof. Alright. Sorry for doing that without reading your comment. I had to get all that out of me. I had to unleash the wolf! Alright. For me, having ADHD was hard to accept for a while. I felt crazy for having it, but once I got comfortable, I had support. If I have autism or anything, I won't be surprised or have a reaction. I think there's middle ground on, like, everything you've just said there. The thing I want to address the most is, like, I don't want to assume what you mean by you won't have a reaction to having autism. I assume you mean what I said, like you're not going to be like, what? You're not just going to, like, flip out or something. I assume that's what you mean by no reaction. I hope you don't mean, like, whatever, I have autism. I'm not going to change anything kind of thing. Because I think making certain changes, both on for me, it really is knowing when to let loose. And knowing that it's okay that sometimes I don't have to let loose everywhere I go, and sometimes I just need to have the confidence that I can, time to unleash the beast. Unleash the beast. Sometimes it's good to pull it out, and sometimes it's good to just sit on it. So yeah, I hope there's some changes you make if that's what you end up learning. But I you know, positively. I was at a very dark place when I was diagnosed, I assume with ADHD. In my own head, not knowing anything about it felt like in my own head, knowing anything about it felt like, how could I live? Why would I live if I can't think correctly or talk to people in the right way? I never tried anything. Don't worry, but it was, yeah. Look, here's something I definitely don't talk about on this stream. Holy shit. Definitely familiar with walking down those dark places, those dark pathways and thoughts. So you're not, like, making me absurdly uncomfortable or anything. But I understand. And like I said, for me, the answer I arrived to about my neurodivergency was, now I should let me back up a little bit, because my experience is vastly different to yours. I said when I was 3 years old, a doctor diagnosed me with PDD-NOS, and my parents never told me. What actually happened is that when I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with severe ADHD and PDD-NOS, and my parents went, one of those is a lot more convenient. We're going to focus on that. So for my entire life, I've known I've had ADHD. I know that. I've been prescribed medication for it all my life to help me focus in classes and, well, in some capacity, blend in. It was my vehicle for learning how to not be disruptive and mask like everyone else. Or like everyone else. Mask and just be quiet like everyone else, I should say. So I never really, I didn't have, like, the adult issue that you specifically went through, whereas you were a little younger than an adult, but as a more mature, not a kid, not a little child who's known it his whole life, to come with grips of, like, oh, I am different. That must have been rough. And I hate that I can't empathize with you with that, because it's not what I went through. I can sympathize with similar things. I remember having those kinds of thoughts when I was exploring autism stuff. And I remember, like, when I came to my subclinical diagnosis, a lot of it for me was liberating, but there were parts of it where I was like, oh, I'm different and I need to be better in order to do the things that I want to do as an adult, because everyone else does these things and maybe they don't struggle with it as much as I do, but they still do it. So it's things I need to do. So I could empathize with the struggles of realizing the gravity of the difference between normal people and neurodivergent people. I can empathize with that aspect of it. I'm sorry you went through that. I'm sorry that you had. It's stuff that most people don't have to deal with, and it sucks that people like us do. ADHD wasn't a thing I knew about until I was like 15. That's late compared to me. It's not late in general. Late diagnoses are more common than they used to be. I think we're getting a lot more in touch with what ADHD and autism looks like in adults, which is great. I think that's awesome, because I have a my conspiracy theory is a lot more people are neurodivergent. I think a lot of people go through life masked the fuck up and don't even realize, because it's never brought upon them like a challenge. I've had ADHD. I've been through therapy and psychology and psychiatry for a lot of my life, so I'm comfortable and used to asking those kinds of questions about myself, which is why I ended up asking those kinds of questions about me and ended up with autism. But there are people who just go through life without even really considering alternatives. Like, I think a lot of people just think, everybody kind of struggled with this, and I'm just struggling with finding the solution. Where the real answer is, dude, the shit you're doing is way fucking harder than what we did. And it's for me, it's about perspective. It was a lot about, like, I can look at this as a bad thing, or I can look at this as a good thing, as a tool I can use to feel not so horrendous about myself. And to survive, I picked the latter. And here we are. At this point, it's like, how would I live without ADHD? Yeah, what would it be like if you didn't have it? There, my camera just flashed. I just noticed it. If you want to go back 5 seconds, you can check it. But yes, that's what I noticed. I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean. Like, because here's the thing. This is when it traipsed into super deep depression for many years. Many, many years. It honestly took a while to grow out of it, even after I subclinical diagnosed myself. This question always spun around, not a question, just the thought of, like, if somebody better had control of me with my intelligence, with my capabilities, with my understanding of the world, with the way that I think about things, if somebody was who could go out and do normal things and talk to people normally and had motivation to do the things they need to do, I would be so much more successful than I am now. And wrestling with that thought brought me to very dark places. And this is the perfect conversation, by the way, for us to hit exactly halfway to full odds on a shiny Pokemon. Yippee! Yay! We wanna fucking die! Woohoo! Oh, y'all can't hear the air horn because I have the desktop muted. Oh, fucking God. Halfway to odds, baby! Let's go! Fuck yeah. But yeah, point is, I think I misclicked. There we go. Point is, I relate. I do. I relate. I get it. That resonates. But like I said, it's perspective. It's, yeah, I know, Evangelion, yippee. It's about, hey, do I take this and let it slowly kill me? Or do I take this, accept it, and do what I can do, rather than worrying about what I could have done or what I can't do. That for me is really what this, good lord, this is about to go on. This whole VOD's about to go. Well, they always go on YouTube. Well, I don't know why the prospect of posting it a second time matters to me. Maybe because I'm kidding myself that people actually watch them when they don't. The view count, look, I've never worried about view counts. I don't care. I don't care. But people do not watch these fucking VODs. Like I said, if you're watching it, comment banana bread. No, comment banana nut bread. There's a reason you can't comment banana bread. Comment banana butt butt bread. Banana butt bread. Banana butt bread. Point is, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, there's some weird thought of like, even though no one's watching the VODs, posting it twice feels a little more heavy than usual. But I mean, these shits always went up. As all of the recordings of the whole streams are always saved on YouTube, which is why I wanted to stream through YouTube, because I wanted a way to, you know, save each and every full stream without having to fucking, you know, record all the VODs all the time and worry about posting them all the time and then all this other stuff. Just YouTube catalogs it, so fuck yeah. I don't know if it's toxic, but I'm not really changing anything about my mental state in the sense like my mental disorders. I'm just living with the fact that I have it. Okay. I wouldn't call that toxic. But like ADHD, so like for example, with your ADHD, you're not making changes to how you approach yourself and life and whatnot. You're just like, oh, I have ADHD. Anyway. Because I think there's a lot of power in understanding the beast. I think there's a lot of things that you're able to accomplish. Like, for example, I've been thinking about this lately. I don't think I understand ADHD well enough. Because something I have not respected throughout my life is how mismatched my memory recall is. For example, I was watching a short from the Vanoss crew where a girl who used to work in clinical psychology it's a good non sequitur, Sintel. I think they would be. Anyway, back to autism. I guess we're always there. But like, it was a girl with a psychology background talking to a guy, and the guy says, people tell me I have a really good memory, but like, I have sometimes my memory is complete dog shit, and other times I have this beautiful, perfect memory. And the girl goes, have you ever been diagnosed with ADHD? And I never really thought about that. Like, oh, it's not just depression that fucks with my memory recall. It's ADHD, isn't it? And also, ADHD and depression go hand in hand, by the way. I think it's something like 80% of people with ADHD have depression, and then like 60 or 50 something percent have it the other way around. People with depression 50% of the time have ADHD as well. Something like that. So, fucked. But you do have ADHD. I don't know if you're talking to him or me, but the answer is yes. Yes, I do. But I was like, oh shit, I never really thought about how my ADHD impacts my memory recall. And it got me thinking, like, do I really understand what I have going on? Or am I kind of just like, yeah, I can't focus in class. It's hard to, and my attention is sporadic. Sometimes I'm super locked in and can't be pulled out. And other times I'm so unlocked I could never lock in. That's why I took amphetamines to focus in school. Yeah. But yeah, like understanding what you go through and the specifics of it and how you can use that as a means of, in A, being able to do things that a lot of other people can do, but what I find more importantly is B, doing things other people can't. That gives me a lot of power. Like I said, ADHD memory recall, being like, fuck yeah, sometimes I just remember shit better than fucking anyone would. Like when I think about having conversations with friends or family, and I'm like, I have a really good memory of like specific internet instances or an article that I read 6 months ago one time, and they're like, how do you remember that? It's like, and in my mind, I'm like, thank you, ADHD, thank you. That's all you, you're the goat. Because like, it's not like a villain. It's not like, oh, fucking ADHD's ruining my life. It's just, it's you. It's who you are. It's a part of you, and to accept the good that comes of it is important. So like, for example, if you take the psychology test and they diagnose you with autism, I do hope you take time to look at the positives. Exactly. Or again, not even just look at the positives. I hope you take time to assess how that applies to you and how you can, again, I'm projecting onto you what I had to do, what I ended up doing, how to make myself not depressed as shit about it. Not just about my diagnosis, but how I was not depressed, or how to not make myself depressed in general. To use that as a means of explanation. Look at him, look at him, look at this fucking guy, look at him, look at Turtwig. Like, normal people wouldn't do what I just did. And it sucks for them, because at least I thought it was funny, so I guess they're having less fun than me. Fuck them. Shit like that, man. Cause like otherwise, being like, cause like, it's not like a debilitating sickness. You're not being told like, yeah, you're dying soon. It's just what your brain is. Nothing's changed. Cause there's a nugget of my point in your perspective, right? Cause you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything about it because nothing's different. And that's a valid point. Right, hold on, before I go down this tangent and talk about something else, let me see what your first message was. Your message earlier was. At first, I was a lot of wondering and a lot of depression, but now I'm just kind of used to it, and now it doesn't bother me as much anymore. I'm just living, and that's the best I can do. And you know what? Don't let anyone take that away from you. You made it to the next day, that's a big deal. Someone who has been diagnosed with depression, I can tell you, it ain't easy. Making it to tomorrow ain't easy. That is something you should be profoundly proud of, and I'm proud of you for it. But like, as I was saying before, there's a nugget of truth in your perspective, where it's like, I'm not gonna do anything different because nothing's different. That's correct. It's not like something's changed. Oh my god, there's my camera flashing again. I can see it now. It's moving my image up a little bit or something. But yeah, it's not like something drastic has changed. It's not like you have some new something that you never had before. It's not like I'll go dark. It's not like cancer, right? You didn't get cancer. It's not some like debilitating new disease, new problem you have to deal with. Being diagnosed with a mental disorder is like, that is how it has been this whole time. And barring some exceptions, I know PTSD and sometimes bipolar disorders can appear and generate. But like, it's not some new thing you're dealing with. This is the thing you've had your entire life. And so there's some, at least again for me, there's peace in that. Like, the things that I thought made me a broken person, or the things that made me going as so far as to say unlovable, that's just not true. I'm not broken. I'm not different than a bunch of other people. I'm me. And that, no matter what diagnosis comes my way, that hasn't changed. My brain, it's not like, oh, you have ADHD. My brain just suddenly flips and changes. Again, for better or worse. But like, It's not like some drastic thing is different now. It's just we have a name for the beast that has been causing me problems and strife and grief and sadness and self-confidence issues. We now have a name for the beast. There's a thing that's doing it. And so what am I gonna do about it? It's like it's like Naruto with the Nine-Tails Fox. It's like, well, that's why I can't use chakra. What do I do about it? Sometimes I gotta force that motherfucker to help me. That might be the cringest thing I've said all night, but you know what? It resonates, it's true. Sometimes your fucking Nine-Tails chakra shit, you gotta force that shit out. It's not all a demon living in your stomach. By the end of it, they become great friends. By the end of it, they're the best of friends. By the end of it, the Nine-Tails Fox is like Naruto's right-hand man. Nine-Tails Fox is way smarter than Naruto is, and Naruto looks to it for advice quite often. Man, I'm spoiling stuff about Naruto, but you know what? Whatever. I couldn't get you to watch One Piece. I'm definitely not gonna get you to watch Naruto. Point is, that shit is, you can use it, or like we have been for most of our lives, in my case with autism, or you can just let it decrode and rot you. That's a macabre take on it, but as someone who, whether I knew it or not, was letting it erode me for my entire life, I'm not gonna let it do that anymore. A lot of different reasons for being depressed. That's true. This is not like the, and that goes for me too. That's not the answer. It's not like, oh, well, I'm cured. It's not that either. I hope that's not what I'm coming across as saying. It takes work to get to the point where I've gotten to. It also takes holy shit, the battle music is back. Sorry. Sorry. Having these thoughts back then, I was diagnosed with ADHD the year. Oh shit. Oh my god. I had a friend who went through that shit in high school, man. That fucking sucks. Jesus. Damn. Again, I cannot empathize, but I have been with someone who's gone through that shit. I'm very sorry to hear you had to go through that. That's fucking rough. Sorry, I don't, that's my thing. Remember, I laugh when I don't know what to do. I apologize. I don't mean to do that in this moment. I don't have a lot of help in that regard. I hope you find some way to do that. I would prepare, like, again, I can't give direct advice on that stuff because that is not a thing I've had to deal with. But I think that is worthwhile when going through your, because if it's specifically for autism, might not be you could bring it up during your testing, but like if it's a full psychological analysis that's going to look into your depression, that seems very important to be prepared to bring up and talk about. Damn, man, that sucks. Damn. Sintel, you remember Geiselman, right? Geiselman's the guy who went through that shit. Man, that is... Damn. But like I said, that is... It's a choice to make. Do you let that stuff erode? Or do you take it and overcome it? Because I'm okay, because realizing you have ADHD and that shit are not the same. They're not the same. It's like, how do I use this as a tool to grow as a person? Fuck that. No. That should be treated for what, that should be approached for what it is. But as someone who's been through hard stuff, in that ballpark, it's worth knowing. It's you gotta ask, like, is this going to erode me to death, or am I going to overcome it? And it's not easy doing that. Like everything I've been saying earlier, fucking as someone with depression, getting up every morning, that's no small feat. Not just waking up in the morning, but getting out of bed and doing stuff. Holy shit. That's a fucking achievement. And I don't think you should downplay stuff like that. I think you should recognize that that's strength. It's a weird situation. It wasn't an in-person relationship. I don't even have hard evidence she did it, but she talked about it, and the next morning onward, I never heard anything back. Yeah, man. You know, that's interesting, because it's not the same story, but I went through something similar. I can't remember exactly when it was in high school. There was this girl that I was talking to, FaceTime with her a couple times, those kinds of things. Conversations would allude towards suicide every now and then. Oh god, I'm really about to open up about some insane shit. Oh god, oh boy. I'm just prepping for the parts of this story I gotta talk about. Give me a sec. Alright, let's do it. So, oh no, Marill, live. Good job, buddy. Oh, you take the shit out of that. Oh, good job, Marill. Whew. Okay, anyway. Back to talking about super depressing stories. There was a girl I was talking to, FaceTimed her every now and then. She would always allude to mental health problems, depression, suicidal thoughts. There's a couple times where, like, it's, you know, looking back on it, it's very clearly cry for help kind of stuff. One moment in particular that stuck out to me very potently is during one of our FaceTime calls. I remember her rattling a bottle of pills off screen, just like whatever she was holding in her hand or whatever. Remember, she was specifically talking about problems she was having with her parents, their like sexual identities, and her own struggle with her own sexual and gender identities, if I remember correctly. And then in just a random moment in the middle of one of our conversations, when I was particularly trying to get her back in a better mood, she pulled the bottle of pills from off camera and just pulled the bottle back. I must have heard 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 go in her mouth, and she swallowed it and then said goodbye and hung up the call. My first reaction, my first thought was, my razor blades are in my bathroom, right? And I remember turning my body, getting up out of bed, and in my mind, like, something in my mind clicked, and I could just feel a metallic drag up my arm like that. And in that moment, some part of my brain kicked in, and I went, I am not dealing with this shit right now. No, absolutely. I had at that point in time, the most intently visceral suicidal thought of my entire life up to that moment. I went, I'm telling my parents. And so I told my parents. They got in contact with her family and her parents, And my mutual friend, I mentioned him earlier, Sintel, if you remember Geiselman, that was my mutual friend with her at the time, was quite upset with me that I did it. And I got a lot of flack for it. Like, how could you do this? XYZ. You don't understand what she's going through kind of stuff. You've made her situation more difficult. And then about a year later, I heard she didn't reach out to me or anything, but I heard through the grapevine that she was doing a lot better. That she got the help she needed. She started going to therapy, group therapy, family therapy. She started getting help. Turns out, I don't remember exactly what it was with the pills. I don't know what came of it, but if it was real stuff that she was doing, she survived, and I never heard specifics about it, but she got through it and came out the other side of it, and apparently was doing a lot better. And by that point in time, I was with a different girlfriend, so I wasn't really looking to like reach out and connect, because I was unbeknownst to me very autistic, and I was like, I don't want to talk to a girl if I already have a girlfriend. So I didn't reach out to her and find out that stuff in person or anything like that, but I heard that she got better after doing that. So I can definitely sympathize with your story. I've been in that ballpark myself, and it takes strength to get through that kind of shit. It's not easy. I don't want to sugarcoat that kind of shit. It's not fucking easy. That's on the internet now. That story of mine's public knowledge now. How about that? That shit is... I can relate. Side note, there's a concept in psychology called coming up for air. When you spend a lot of time talking about really heavy shit, you need to come to the surface with some levity. Really fucking hope I haven't missed any shinies, because I've really not been paying attention. Oh god. Oh shit, I can't wait to watch this back and be like, I'll be quiet. That would sting. But oh man. Yeah, life's crazy. It throws some shit at you, and it takes a lot to get through it. To get up during the day, to get up and do what you need to do that's not easy. I don't know exactly what my girlfriend was going through. She wasn't super open, but she definitely talked about her parents not liking her, being bisexual, and her family was not financially good. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds familiar. I had a girlfriend in high school who I didn't realize was using me as a beard. Definitely had to deal with the person who was telling me. I'm not gonna get into the negativity of the relationship itself, but I've definitely had to deal with a girlfriend whose parents would not have fucked with her sexuality. For sure. I've been there. She told me she was bi. Turns out she was flamboyantly gay, and I was the idiot who didn't know. Point is, I've been in that arena as well. And I don't mean to like oh man. I'm worried that I've done this thing where people are like, oh, you went through that? Well, let me tell you about my story of going through that, because it sucks that we went through it. I tried to tell that story in a way that's like, hey, I've been through what you've been through, and I can tell you it's surmountable. I don't want to tell it in a way of like, oh, now you should feel boo-hoo, bad, sad for me. Look, I'm the same fucking me. I'm gonna be giggling now. I'm gonna go back to giggling right now, actually. Oh man, but I hope it's not detracting from what your personal experiences are, because that is struggle. That's real shit. I love my mom, and I know she was trying to help. During the same year, it's not helpful by telling me that she maybe lied. Oh, right. As your mom was like, oh, maybe she didn't do it, honey, kind of thing. That, yeah. I understand it. I get it. I get it. Someone who's potently familiar with his parents lying to him for his own betterment, for the sake of his emotions. I understand the loving place that comes from. And that's not necessarily a lie. That's more like, you know, her wondering if it happened or not. Her trying to be like, well, maybe, you know, trying to make you feel better. Like, I get it. That's still not, I know. Especially if it's like so close to what you're dealing with. I don't think I would ever bring that up. I would probably bring that up like at some point far down the line, like at some point, but I wouldn't bring it up fresh. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Whew. Man, we always make jokes about Marill hearing some crazy shit while hunting for him. Dear fucking God. That's why these ones look like this. Fucking Marill. God damn, man. I might have to put a fucking trigger warning in this video. Like, we've pushed the envelope in a good way. I don't want to be like, oh, I can't believe we went there. Like, I'm glad we're talking about this shit. For absolutely. Uh-oh. Shandy, are you there? Last I heard, your phone battery was running low, and now I see that there's one less person in YouTube chat. Shandy? Oh, you're there. Okay. Cool. My mom did try to help in other ways. She found... Oh. Ah, okay. I see. So she found the girl, or at least where she was, but you were like, nah, I'm moving on. Yeah. I like I said, I don't want to dig into my own personal stuff again. I don't want to be like, oh, you're going through something? Let me tell you about what I'm going through. I'm not going to be that kind of way. But I will say, like, yep, that's in the past. Let's just go. I'm better about that now. To dwell on that kind of stuff, it's gonna hurt more. Let me just move on. Like, I don't want to learn. I have some animosity with some of my exes. I don't want to learn what they're doing. Fuck it. I'm over it. I'm moved on. I don't want to, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. Did you know I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Shut up. I know yours is a little different, but like, I get that. Like, I'm past it. It's over. I hear that. I feel that. Oh, man. Whew. So that's probably what I'm going to title this one is, I've had a couple streams, these shiny hunting VODs where I'm like, I might have to find out at what point in this it was. So probably around the hour and a half mark, probably maybe hour 20 mark of the video. I'll have to check to be specific. But like, there's like, welcome to the VOD, or the one in the VOD area, the one in the X, the one in the Y, the one in the Z. We'll just call this one the one that needs a trigger warning. That'll be the name of the VOD on this one. Although I know some people I think it's super helpful and important to open up and talk about these kinds of things, whether in this setting or in any other. With a therapist, with your family, with your friends. There needs to be a space where all the bottling up we do needs to punk and come out. We need that space. I know that some people don't want that when they watch a shiny hunting VOD, so I feel it pertinent to warn people that, hey, that's what's gonna happen in this video. Not to say, like I said, I'm absolutely fine with it happening. I'd be absolutely fine with it happening again. I don't give a that's not my problem. Just think people might need a little heads. Hey, by the way, shit's gonna get really serious. they might need a heads up about what they're walking into. If I learned either she did or didn't, it wouldn't hurt either way. A lot closer, but I would want the mystery to stay. Honestly, a lot of people don't think about this. Might hurt worse. Might hurt worse. Not just to re-dredge up old wounds, but to recontextualize old wounds. Might hurt worse. So like, fuck it. I'm on your side. No, I don't want to know. No, but not even just that it would hurt, but that it would hurt worse. And again, in a new way. Not in the same way it hurt last time. It might be a different hurt. Again, not gonna tread into my own shit, but I've had it where like learning new stuff is like, oh fuck, that's so much differently painful. I wish I never knew that. So I side with you. If you don't want to know anything else about it, fuck it. I side with you. Oh man. So Steins Gate, Sintel, that's what you want people to watch? Should I honestly, Sintel, you should, I don't know if you're still here, sell that shit on to me. Should I watch Steins Gate? Is that like a quick romp? Like I said, I feel like Sintel left a long time ago. I believe that. We're still playing Rule 30 Fortal. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Whatever. God damn it. I hate forgetting I didn't change the fucking title. Great talk for Rule 30 Portal. I know, man. I know. Fuck. I hate forgetting I didn't change the fucking game, man. Hey, everyone who's here in Twitch chat who wanted to watch me play Rule 30 Portal, sorry. We've been getting some serious shiny hunting conversations here. Take your sensitive ass back to Power Skatel. Oh my god. Damn. Whew. Oh man. Whew. Wow, wait. Anyway. Oh. Oh, yeah. Like I said, that's like I don't often, yeah. The way I see it, a lot of people like these type talks. A lot of people like these kinds of type of talks. And I think it's useful for anyone who has the same thoughts. I agree. I just think someone who's about to walk in here, like, for example, friend of the stream, Lazarus. I might want to give that guy a warning. This is where this conversation's gonna go. So if you're like, let's just go do some work while I put on a chill, fun, silly, shiny hunting VOD on in the background. Not this one. Not this one. This one you might want to be a bit more of an active participant in. I don't think you want to be in the middle of your spreadsheet and you hear like, yeah, I thought about killing myself. What? Thank you. Just a warning. I just want to warn people. Imagine the army man. You talk about the one who goes, "What is that? What the fuck is that?" Is that what you mean? Because I get it. Oh, shit. Whew. Nah, that's good. I haven't thought about that shit that happened in high school. I haven't thought about that in years. And it's good to touch base with and see where I am on that kind of stuff. Oh, the 1,000-yard stare guy? Yeah. I know. Yeah, that too. But like I said, yeah, like even... I hope this was helpful for you. I hope I wasn't gerrymandering the conversation towards me or anything. But like, that was important for me too, to really go through that time of my life again. I haven't thought about that in a long time, especially not in a deep way like that. So believe me, I'm not upset at all by what we just did. I'm happy we did it. Just don't want to... I just keep going back to it. I don't want to freak people the fuck out. I don't want to jump scare them with, ooh. So I think the one that needs a trigger warning is gonna work out well. And then first part of the description, yeah. I'll figure it out. It'll be something I figure out after I upload it. It'll just be a trigger warning at the top, like, hey, just warning you, about an hour and a half in, shit gets real. That's kind of all I want. Maybe I'll properly timestamp it later. A lot of people don't read descriptions. Would put that at the beginning of the video. But like I said, like, if the thing is titled the one that needs a trigger warning, that's a good point, because unfortunately, because I titled them all the same with the shiny Azumarill in every generation, AZU HUNTER, part whatever, it takes up a lot of text, which means it takes longer to, I don't have as many characters to say, like if I would say specifically something along the lines of like, trigger warning starting at an hour, 20 minutes. So I would say something like that, but I don't know if I have enough characters for it. So I'd have to come up with something a bit more specific. I'd have to find properly a more concise solution. Maybe I just title it like serious trigger warning, and then if people are, should I do like a black screen edit where I'm just like, I probably should. It just takes longer to upload if I do that. I'm being lazy. I shouldn't do that. I should do like a black screen where I'm like, hey, this is Seabass after the previous VOD. About an hour 20 in, things get very serious. We talk about serious depression and suicidal thoughts, and it trails on for a little bit. So I just want to warn you ahead of time, like, shit's gonna get dark. I'd be probably a little less candid than that, but like, this might not be the best VOD to just have on in the background for happy fun time Seabass for the entire runtime. I'd probably say something like that. It's gonna be so weird for VOD watchers to listen to this shit, where they're just like, oh, he's just hot. This is how I am on stream, motherfucker. Welcome, you get the full authentic experience. Yippee! That's why you should check me out on the other platform and keep up with me live. Look, as someone who is a chronic VOD/highlights watcher, mostly highlights to be honest, I fucking get it. That's why I want to have these backlogs up, because I know that there are people who are like, I don't want to watch this live. I get it. And if I ever started taking this channel seriously in terms of like growth and financials, I would be editing a lot more videos, because I also, from my own personal perspective, I know people don't want to sit and watch a guy shiny hunt for fucking, let's see, an hour and a half, and then 2.5 hours, and then another 2 hours, and then another 2 hours, and then another 3 hours, and then another 2.5 hours. People don't want to watch that shit. I get that. So if I was more, you know, if I cared more about it, then I wouldn't do that. But whatever. This will be some shit I show people later on. I wonder what it'd be like showing my people in my family this channel. Like my brother and sister and some of my cousins. Because I don't think any of them really know I do this stuff. I imagine my parents aren't super unaware of what I do here. I mention that I'm talking with friends, and then I turn on a big light, and then I put a camera on my face, and then I say stuff like, I'm live, or hey chat, or all this stuff. So I assume my parents aren't exactly completely unaware of my goings on here. Accidentally sent, there was a VOD I watched in the past where someone donated so much and said how they were suicidal, and the streamer out. Oh, I see. You sent the message before you finished typing it. I see. No worries, you're good. But yeah, I wonder how my family would. I've never really thought about that. Like, obviously my parents are probably not completely unaware, but I doubt my brother knows anything. I doubt my sister knows anything. I doubt any of my cousins really know anything about this nice little space I give for myself. And like I said, like I don't mind. You know what I mean? It's interesting. Never really actually thought about it. There's always just this kind of background thought of like, I don't want to tell my brother and sister I'm streaming. But like, I also kind of wouldn't mind if they knew. It's almost like I want them to figure out. I'm probably getting to that point soon where I'm like, I'm gonna leave clues. Like they come in my room one time and I leave the camera light on. Again, they might probably know too. My brother and sister have walked in this room with this big light here. They probably have some sense that I'm recording myself. A VOD I watched in the past where someone donated so much money and they were suicidal, and the streamer stopped everything and talked to said chatter for an hour on a Discord call. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I love that shit. That's cool. Really takes a moment to ground some shit down. I like that. Whole 7500. Sorry. No, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, depending on what that message is, that's really like I'm in that streamer's shoes. That's fucking scary. Someone donates a bunch of money to you and then says they're very depressed. That would scare me a lot. That would scare me. I would be like, "Oh my god." That would freak me out. Cuz that's the actions of somebody who's cutting ties, if that makes sense. They're like, "Yep, I don't care about the money anymore. Take it. What would I need money after what I'm going to do?" That would be my initial reaction. So it's good for him that he stopped what he was doing and took care of that shit. I can appreciate that a lot. I don't know if that was some kind of reverse invitation from you, but like if you ever need to hop in a call on something, just let me know, man. Oh man, I know you're probably trying not to. Oh my god, it's 10:30. Oh my god, we talked for a long time about all that stuff. Again, no problems with it, but like, oh, time fucking flew. It's almost time for me to end the stream. And then I'll go ahead and record that. Make my dark screen edit. I'm like, hey, this shit gets serious. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard to record. Matter of fact, I might do it on this screen. Let me get that set up. I might do it just like right here, and then close out the Spotify and just have it here. It seems very untactful. Yeah, it seems very untactful to have insert really cool intro screen and be like, hey guys, this shit's gonna get really fucking serious and depressing. That would be fucked up. That would be a misplay. You know what? I'm glad I thought that through before we did it. Like I said, I've said it a lot of times before, but like, kind of changing the subject now. I really like. Oh, here, let me answer that before I move on. Didn't follow the entire thing, but from what I know, the person is doing better. Oh, it's awesome. Streamer even did a collab video with the chatter. That's sick. That's really cool. That's awesome. We love to hear those kinds of things. Like I said earlier in my story, like I'm very happy to know that she's doing better. But like, you know, especially right now, that's kind of all I need to know. Like you don't need to tell me how. I don't need to hear specific. I mean, maybe I might feel okay about it actually, but like, you know, I'm kind of all right. I'm big Papa chillin'. Oh, very good back crack. But yeah, changing topics a little bit. I kind of like that this is the new one with the new camera is the one where she got serious. That's awesome. But I kind of like, I've mentioned it before a couple of times, the incremental like growth of this channel, not so much from a viewer standpoint or a community standpoint, but just kind of holistically. Like, I mention it a lot, but seriously, look what I was doing back last April to where I am now. Shit's awesome. Back in April, I just turned on the stream, recorded my entire screen, sat in the corner with a shitty camera and a shitty microphone, and got high as shit and played at Minecraft April Fool's Day. Like, what I got going on now is so different and better, but like, the growth for me, the incremental, like, get my desk get a proper desk, get a proper light system. I didn't have any light on my face. Get better lighting, get better camera, get better setup, posture, get better XYZ. It's fun to do that. I enjoyed doing that a lot. Let's move on from this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. No, you know what I mean. I saw you posted a message, and I was like, "No, if we're still chipping at it, let's chip at it." That's funny. That's pretty good. But like I was saying, like this. Especially because I keep thinking about it, because we're at the year mark, and for whatever reason I'm thinking, I mean, and it is too, it's not just that it isn't, but like my brain is thinking it's a big deal. It's like, oh my god, we've been doing this for a whole fucking year, and look what I've done. I've accomplished what I've put. There's tangible. I could go on my, almost close the tab. I can go on my YouTube channel, I can click on live, and I can just scroll and scroll through days worth of hours of content that I've put on this channel. And it's like, holy shit, that's awesome. I've done a lot of shit here. I'm like proud of it. So I'm kind of looking forward to the 1 year anniversary, because it's gonna feel like important to me, at least. Like, damn. I fucking did it. I committed to this shit. I said I was going to stream at least one, but more often than not, multiple times a week. And I never broke that week, even at my most depressed and lowest during this whole kerfuffle. I still got up and did it once once a week, and I'm damn proud of that. So I feel it a little bit right now. I wonder if I'm gonna get emotional. Maybe even during my birthday, but definitely during the anniversary of the, because like I said, I've been posting videos to this channel since I was in high school. That you can find a video on this channel that's fucking 10 years old. Let's see, videos oldest, yes, Terramorphous. Yeah, I've been posting on this channel for 10 years, on and very, 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 very off. But this channel is not 10 years old. This channel is not 10 years old. It doesn't feel 10 years old. Doing this streaming thing once a week is not 10 years old. This is yeah. I think the next upgrade for streaming is the mats that go on the wall, the acoustic foam. I've thought about it a little bit too. I don't assume to know too much, so don't let me give you advice that's bad, but I'll tell you what I did, which is I just got a nice microphone. That's what I did. I got a nice microphone, not even the one I'm using. I did upgrade to this one because I liked the product and I had the means to get it, but I definitely don't think, and that's the whole thing. I want to say you don't need the stuff to do it, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the enjoyment of improving the ship and improving what we got going on. So I don't want to I don't want to derail that. But yeah, for me, it's figuring out the settings you can change through the microphone, and like getting a half decent microphone and then adjusting. Oh, hey, it's a song from Dr. Stone, that anime I recommended earlier. And just making adjustments through the software and hardware, if it has physical knobs you can turn on the microphone, to make it so that it's only capturing what you want to hear. Because I'm trying to remember back to your streams. I do remember there being some issues with like the surround sound. And I'm sure I probably have some of those problems too. I will tell you this, if you're recording through OBS, do not fall for what I did. And I don't even remember what they're fucking called now. Give me a second. No, they're not in there. They're in filters. Do not put on a fucking noise. Do not turn on noise suppression. Do not turn on, don't use noise gates the wrong way like I did. My microphone setup during my last shiny encounter is still upsetting me to this fucking day. It still upsets me to this day that I had a shiny encounter where I'm screaming and laughing and tearing up and getting all excited and popping off, and you can't fucking hear a goddamn word of it. It pisses me off to this day that shit still happened. That shit happened. So don't use noise gates wrong. Don't use limiters wrong. What do I have on right now? Let me tell you what I have on right now. Is properties. Let's go to filters. I have no noise suppression, no compressor, because I think this microphone is doing some of that on its own. I can't exactly remember, but I think I had pretty much these same settings even with my other microphone. What I have on, you know what? I can even show this shit. Let me put this. Fuck it. Give me this shit. Here we are, right in the middle of everything. Might look a little weird on streaming side, but I have a limiter on with a threshold at -5 decibels and a release of 60 milliseconds. Essentially, that means the release means if things are very quiet, it'll take about 60 milliseconds for it to go completely silent, and that threshold is at this value. So if I stop talking for a second, it'll slowly ramp down into silence. See, that's been helpful, and a noise gate is very helpful too, so that it's not capturing things quieter than -53 decibels, and it's capping out at 45 decibels, which essentially means my volume is never gonna peak over a certain point. It's only capturing, well, actually, no, this might be, No, this is set up right, but I forget exactly what the reason for some of these setups are. It's been a long time since I looked at this stuff, but essentially it's different than what it was during my Emerald Shiny Hunt. It lets me get loud, it gets captured loud, and it doesn't fucking cut my voice out when I'm too loud. Instead, what it's doing, that's what it is. That's what the limiter is doing. So I was using what's called a noise gate before to cap my volume. And what that did is, instead of setting it to a certain point and capturing audio but never going that loud, is that if I ever went that loud, it was completely turning it off. And that's the problem I ran into with my previous setup. And that involved, I think, some of these stuff as well. I don't use noise suppression, which you should. I don't use noise suppression on this microphone because this microphone has its own built-in noise suppression, but definitely use this shit. Compressors are kind of nice. I liked them, but it does kind of lead to some of those problems I had earlier. But definitely make sure you're not using the noise gate wrong like I was, because that shit sucks. All right, enough of that side tangent. Apologies for all that. But I feel like I want to give a little bit of my experience of what I learned. And even though I'm not really good at this kind of stuff, this is the kind of stuff I saw other people doing, and it worked well for them. Seeing you play an anime visual novel, oh my god, I did fucking play Akiba's Trip, is insanely funny, because that's something you wouldn't willingly do now. I wouldn't play that game now, no. And to be honest with you, even very shortly after I played that, I looked back and went, why the fuck was I playing that? You know what the worst part about that is? It's the most popular video on my channel. I think it's not the most popular thing. I think the most popular thing was my late night shiny hunting stream, or late night stream where I was streaming very late in the evening. But hold on, give me 1 second. While I'm here with y'all, did I put that in here? I don't think, oh shit. That video's not in here. Aww. Whatever. If the exact count of the shiny Pokemon I've caught isn't perfectly correct, that's okay. That's fine. I'll get over it. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you probably missed, like, yeah, that shiny hunting channel probably misses about 60 to 100 shiny encounters. Bleh. I don't know, maybe I'll add it and stop organizing them by date released. Well, fuck it. It's not a hard fix. We can fix it now. Well, that's date added. Oh, date published. Perfect. Okay, so there's a date published feature. Let's go back to live, popular, boom, save to playlist, the AZU Hunter series. I'm sure this is probably not the only one, but this is one I want to add. And then we'll go manual. And that was streamed 8 months ago, so I can see the dates on all of these. We're doing it live, baby. We're doing it fucking live. How long did I shiny hunt in this one for? Let me see real quick. I might not have done hardly... Oh, you know what? Yeah, it was just a little tidbit at the end. Let's see. I go from like 1845 to 1993. Yeah, it's like 100. Yeah, I'm taking this one out of the playlist. Yeah, my boy, I don't need this one in the playlist. Yeah, it's fine. That's all right. That's all right. Whole lot of not shiny hunting I'm doing right now. You know what you have to do? I have to play Akiba's Strip, dude. Either my birthday or my... Oh, I would never play that game again, dude. No. And not just because of the horny stripping stuff or whatever. I'm remembering playing that game and it just being very... I remember it being very tedious. Only 5 episodes of Akiba's Strip. The invisible people got ripped off. They did. Yeah. So did their clothes. Yeah, I wouldn't play that game again because it is very tedious. It's very boring. You would think like, oh, it's such a great idea. It's a lot of walking around and dialogue And not just like in the Persona way where the dialogue is like interesting, but there's a lot of like, walk here, long ass loading screen. Walk here, long ass loading screen. Walk here, suddenly you're in a fight. Fight for 2 seconds. Talk to this person, long ass loading screen. Walk here, long ass loading screen. It would not be a fun thing to do. Doesn't mean I might not do it. It would be a funny video to post. It'd be a funny video to post. As if I took time to edit a video before my birthday and then posted that day of, that'd be pretty cool. I'm running out of time to do that, and as my previous editing projects are sitting and collecting dust, I doubt I'll do it. So I don't want to make any promises or anything, but oh shit, they're stripping. Fucking worth it. Oh man, I don't know why I made those. I don't know why I played that game on stream, man. I think I just kind of didn't really assess the like. For me, it was like, haha, they're getting their clothes ripped off. That's really funny. That's good stuff to put on YouTube because that's funny. Maybe some streamer I watched played it or something. I don't. Maybe Markiplier played it. I don't remember. But I remember just like, it's funny. Their clothes are being ripped off. I really wasn't like, oh, this is supposed to be like a horny game. Really didn't approach it with that level of like understanding. Oh, it's really funny. What else? Oh my god, my 20-minute video of playing Super Staff Bros 5 years ago. Oh, that was fun as shit. Super Staff Bros is a showdown. I think it's a pet mod now, where like the people who are running Showdown in the background are they make like insane sets. They like back then YouTube didn't care. It's true. That's very true as well. Kind of shocked they left it up. God, back when I didn't put face cam on anything. Nice. Dude, one of my VODs has a bunch of views, huh? Alright, cool. Yeah. Oh man, my fucking reaction to Sora in Smash. Holy shit! Oh my god. You want a fun story? This is the last story I'll tell before I leave for the night. You want a funny story about that Sora reaction video? So, that was when I was in college. So, that was when I was at college where I would commute from home to college. So, I knew the reveal was going to be early in the morning, and I knew at the time I was recording all of my reactions to the Nintendo Directs and posting them on this channel, which that's a fun little history bit for you. That's what I used to do a lot of. I don't do it anymore because I'm never live for it. Fuck it, maybe I go live Friday and just record it early in the morning. Maybe I just like, hey, there's something I want to do early tomorrow morning. I'm gonna do it, and then I'll see you at the office later, Dad. Maybe that's what. Hey, I might talk to him about that tomorrow. You know, we'll see. But rambling aside, so what I did is I brought my whole recording setup to school because I knew that I would not have enough time to sit at my house, record my reaction, talk about it, and head to school. I knew I would be late for a class. So oh my god, so I get one of those library rooms. Oh, good morning, Pop. Good to see you. You're just in time for a little story time. I'm telling them about how I reacted to Sora in Smash Brothers when Sora got announced for Smash Ultimate back, God, how long ago was that? 4 years? That was a long time ago, man. God, I'm old. Yeah, 4 years ago. So I brought my whole recording setup to my school, put my Blue Yeti microphone and my camera and all of it into my backpack, brought that shit to school, and set it down in one of those quiet library rooms. And I don't know why, in hindsight, I should never have done this, but I cut out the intro where I said something along the lines of like, I've heard rumors that it might be Sora. I am actually going to stop shiny hunting because I don't want to run out of repels. So we're gonna call it quits here. I'm gonna switch over to this. I'll tell the story for the VOD and then we'll end stream. I said something along the lines of like, I know there's been rumors about Sora, but like I can't believe it anymore, man. I get my hopes up for this shit every time. For reference, this is the character I wanted more than life itself in Smash. I wanted Sora in Smash so fucking bad, it's unbelievable. And every time I watched a direct, I was like, maybe this is the one that has Sora. And I said before the actual reveal, I was like, I hear rumors and leaks. I hear rumors that it could be Sora, and I don't want to believe them. I can't do this anymore. I can't believe this shit anymore. They put another Square Enix rep in the game. They put another Final Fantasy character in the game. This is gonna break the mold. There's no Sora. It's not gonna happen. And if you go and watch that video, I will not spoil anything, but you know how I am. You know how I've reacted to shiny things in the past, or this, that, and the other. I need you to know from the bottom of my heart, when you watch that fucking video, it's called Oh My God, No They Did Not Final Smash Character Reveal. I made sure that when you see the thumbnail and the title, it's not revealed who it is. But when you watch that video, I need you to know down to the bottom of my soul, I'm promising you with everything that I am trying 1,000,000% to be silent. I am trying to not make any noise. I'm in a library. You watched the whole video, you hear I'm already talking really quietly. I turned down the gain on my microphone so I could talk closer to the mic and be quieter, and I kind of slouched in my seat a little bit so I would kind of naturally want to talk quieter. I made sure that I wasn't going to be disruptive. What am I supposed to fucking do? They announced, so they put Sora in the game, man. They did it. What was I supposed to fucking do, dude? I popped the fuck off. If I had done that at my house, or if I had done that in my car, on my cell phone or something, I would have been screaming for like 10 minutes nonstop. Nonstop. And it's nice to have you back in these streams, Shandy. It's been good. It's been good talking with you, man. I'm hoping things work out for you, brother. I'm rooting for you. But yeah, there's some funny little side quests you can go on and watch my 4-year-old reaction to that with, oh my God, wait a minute. Oh my God, that's back when y'all might have to watch that, because that's back when I let my hair grow all the fucking way out. You think my hair is unkempt now? Dude, I was pushing to look like Jesus Christ back then, man. Holy shizai. Oh my God. I just remember recording that and then closing all that shit up and having like 15 minutes before I had to go to class. Wait a minute, this is the song I used in the intro of the stream. Oh, VOD watchers don't get it. This song happened in the intro to the stream. Oh my God. What a perfect way to end the stream. I gotta hurry up. Folks. Nah, I'm kidding. It's been real. It's been fun. I know this one got a little heavier, but you know what? That's what happens when you give a guy stream of consciousness and just to let him talk and run his mouth and flow. Sometimes we gotta get serious. And I hope you appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed doing it as much as I did, and I hope to see y'all around on the next one. And until then, hope you have a good time. Y'all have a good night. Take care, everybody.